In our episode video, we talked about 3 things that are very important part of our meditation, and that is mindfulness, grounding, and meditation. For many, meditation is this overall process. I do kind of split it into 3. It kind of helps me, do different things for different reasons. For example, mindfulness can be done at any time, can help with many different things, as simple as needing to reorganize your brain for work or during an activity. So mindfulness is a separate thing for me. Grounding can also be done for different reasons. Feeling anxious, mindfulness doesn't necessarily get you where you need to be, then grounding can help with that. And then meditation, which is the focus and pulling things down and in and getting into that space. For me, that's before a ritual or when I'm trying to do any type of trance or other astral, other realm things. So we're going to walk through the 3 steps and kind of go a little bit back and forth to kind of just describe the as-you-go process to complement the episode that we published on mindfulness, grounding, and meditation. So for mindfulness, a lot of different ways to do it. I'm going to do it with open eyes so that you can see how easy it is to not have to use your imagination as part of mindfulness, although it works very well for me that way and for many people. Doing it from a eyes open physical perspective is a lot easier when a lot of people are around you or you're working on something. So that's where we'll start, and I'm going to do that eyes open. So part 1, mindfulness. All right, so I'm either preparing for ritual or something I want to do magically or even tarot, or I'm at work, I'm overwhelmed, too many things going at one time. So I'm going to do a mindfulness exercise, and I'm going to do this with my eyes open. And the first thing I'm going to do is focus on an area. And right now that's going to be the wall in front of me, much like the wall behind me. And I'm looking at this wall and kind of describing the color in my brain. Focusing on the texture. So in my brain, you might, if you could hear inside that thing, it would be, okay, we have a really odd yellow color. It's got a really neat texture that I bet would feel very nice under my fingers. It's rough. There are things that look like maps or terrains almost that you could walk across. There's a screw still stuck in the wall, and that provides a depth. There is a black center. It's not actually black, but I know that there's no light in that center of the screw. The screw is round, very small, very innocuous because it is painted over, but you can still see it. There's also a piece of packing tape on the wall that was used to hold up an old piece of tapestry. And I can see through it almost 100%, but it alters that color underneath it, even though it's crystal clear, to be a little bit dusky. It would be interesting to kind of feel the difference between that texture or the smooth softness of the texture where the tape is versus the real rough stucco-like texture behind it. And I can also imagine myself being a little miniature dude walking across those landmarks, which looks like little raised areas and then little C's and dips behind it. So that's just a really simple mindfulness technique for me. Another thing I could do is listen to sounds. And so right now, I'm hearing some background music. I'm hearing a really gorgeous flickering noise. I don't know if the mic will get this flickering noise, but it's from a wood wick candle, and it just has this crackling, fizzing nature to it that's really nice. And I can hear it. I can also hear the air conditioner blowing in the background. I can hear somebody walking around the house. I can differentiate the soft whirring noise of the air coming through the air conditioner from the actual air conditioner motor itself. Same with the flame. I can kind of hear the wood crackling at the same time. I can almost hear the heat rising off of it that's pushing it up. Every once in a while I hear a bird outside. My dog's nails on the floor. Sounds like wind outside, maybe the washing machine running also. The sound has got a very rich texture to it and different layers to it, and you can hear it from different areas. Like the flame is coming from my front left. The air sound is coming from all around. The air conditioner motor is coming from the hallway. The walking noise is coming from the kitchen. And so the practice of this type of a mindfulness for me is very helpful because it resets me to focus on those things and not on the 80 things in my brain. And then I can start reintroducing those pieces one by one. That is how I do mindfulness. There's so many ways to do it and many other ways to do it too. I mean, it can be thoughts, it can be processes, it can be feeling your body in the chair, it can be like I said, sound, sight. It can be smells. If you have some smells you can describe or scents you can describe. So just a ton of different opportunities there for mindfulness. But the key is to get refocused in on one thing. And then use your brain to describe it as much as possible so that you can have your brain focus on just that for a second. So then you can control the things coming back in. Now, when preparing for tarot or a ritual, my next step would be grounding. So I'm going to walk through a visual grounding. Probably not going to be something you can necessarily go along with because I don't have that kind of a voice I think that some people look for, but we're going to walk through it anyway. I'm just going to be putting it together as I go, so who knows what we're going to see or hear. So first, I'm seeing a lid on my head, a lid that opens up my mind. And I'm going to peel back that lid and visualize the energy of the universe as this bright bluish white, even a little hint of purple and silver coming down from the heavens, from a place in the universe that is indescribable. And it is going to pour into the top of my head. And it's going to sink all the way down with energy to my root. And that silvery light is going to start turning just at the bottom, still silver and white and blue from the top. But as it hits the root, it's going to start spinning in this beautiful, rooty, brownish red. And I'm picturing that sphere of chakra just starting to spin and rotate and start to energize, but also to even. It's like starting an engine until it gets going to a good constant speed and can handle it on its own, like a perpetual motion machine. So that red is going to spin and turn, and it's going to be a beautiful, bright, clear sphere. And then I see the energy still flowing in, going down this time though, only to the sacral area. And I want to see the reddish brown be more of an orange, still some heavy reds, but it's going to rotate that area, that base, along with the root. It's going to start spinning that orange orb and getting it into an evenness, roundness, spherical, consistent, just like a perpetual motion machine. It's going to be spinning with great energy, even, not hectic but busy, not crazy but just consistent and fast and energetic. That same energy coming in from the universe filling me up now reaches from the top down, the solar plexus, which is this beautiful yellow. And it's going to spin those things in different colors of yellow and different winds and patterns of yellow in that same sphere until that sphere is perfectly rounded, swirling with yellow bright energy and moving up. Spinning in circles, even, no change. Just energized and ready. Then I see that same blue silver energy from the universe coming down to my heart, and it will be spinning in this beautiful watermelony green and pink and light red color swirling together in a ball, just evenly matched, spinning in a sphere. It's going to amplify, get brighter and more consistent and more round as that sphere begins to turn and gets up to speed and then maintains that constant motion. That same silver, blue, bright, white energy is going to come down into my throat, which is this gorgeous sapphire blue, speeding up and brightening up until it is an even round sphere, again moving like a perpetual motion machine on its own, with the energy that has started it and gotten it back to balance. It'll be spinning nice and bright blue in my throat. That blue, white, sometimes purple and silver energy from the universe is now hitting my third eye. It takes on a more purple appearance, spinning that circle, that sphere, that 3, 4, 5-dimensional item, getting the spinning right, getting the speed right, and balancing itself until it is a perfect sphere spinning. And then last but not least, I see that same energy coming in just to the top of my head, maybe even a little outside of it to my crown, spinning in this bright, pristine white, just beautiful amalgamation of all color. And it's spinning in circle, spherical, getting to an even pace, round, not tilted, and just spinning beautifully. I feel like I have now received the energy of the universe, but I need to connect it. So I'm going to connect this energy now that has gone from the universe through all of my chakras, spinning at a perfectly balanced speed for that individual chakra. And now I'm going to see the energy going down my legs into my feet, and it's going to turn to a beautiful green forest green color. My feet, starting to look like tree roots, is going to start reaching down into the earth, slowly at first. Like watching a time-lapse video of the roots of a tree or a shrub or a flower growing into the earth. And it's going to start digging deep down into that earth, bringing that bright green energy flow down with it. And I'm feeling myself tethered to the earth, going deep down in roots that will hold me even and planted and keep everything together. So as I've reached out into the universe, I am connected to the skies, and by tethering to the ground, I won't float away, but I maintain that connection between the earth. These roots will continue down until they reach to the center of Mother Earth and the energy that formulates all of Earth, and connecting that earth through my body, my mind, my spirit into the universe. At this point, I tend to start feeling a little bit of a thrumming in my eyes. There's a vibration that's new. This is generally something that I feel. I don't think everybody gets that. It may be a different sensation for you, but there is a specific moment when I feel that vibration. The more I do it, the quicker it gets. I've been doing this for a good 30 years. But I am saying these things out loud to kind of give you an idea of how I do it. But these are things that I do in my brain and imagine. And I actually visualize those things occurring. And it resets me and connects all those things together. So now I've got that kind of thrumming feeling in my eyes and in my heart and my body. I know that my roots have tethered me, and I know that I'm connected to energy. The next step, part 3, is meditation. I'm now mindful and focused on the important things in front of me. I now have my grounding. I feel tethered and connected, and now I would begin meditation. Now, while I'm not going to share meditation with you as far as going along with me, I do want to share a couple of tips with meditation. Doing the grounding and the mindfulness prior to really is a huge part of it. It is meditation in its own right, but it will help get your mind to a place where it's comfortable to meditate. Next, my meditation would move on to what it is I'm working on. Today, I'm getting ready to do a quick tarot, so you'll probably see the same shirt in my quick tarot that's going to match this workshop that's going to go along with our episode. But the meditation is the more focused part of it for me. So for tarot, I'm using a Wildwood tarot, and the quick tarot I'll be doing today. So my focus is going to be on the earth, the trees. So I probably will imagine myself walking through a forest, listening to the sounds, and just enjoying and feeling the sun break through the leaves and the crisp wind from the fall kind of going through the trees and that rustle of sound. That's going to be my meditation, but that doesn't have to be yours or anybody's at any given time. Flame is a very good point. You heard Rook talk in our episode that flame is a really great thing that can help you with meditation. So now you could put a candle in front of you and meditate on that flame. Go into the flame, walk through it, walk through the fire. Imagine what it's like with the bonfires or the cooking fires of the old days and, times long ago. That's what you would think and you would process as your meditation. Or you can meditate on a deity. You can meditate on a spirit animal. You can meditate on a sacred grove exercise like we do for the Druid work when you're doing light body exercise. So, wake up in your grove, walk across the grove, notice a pool of water, notice a boat coming towards you, board the boat, let the spirit take you where you need to go. Those things can be more difficult and daunting, but they do come with time and with practice. You'll be able to do them. I will look for a couple of really good guided meditations that I've heard. Most of the ones that I really enjoy have been done in person with our group, other friends, or with a mentor. That's always a great way to do it. But there are just so many ways. So when you do your meditation, I highly recommend you do the mindfulness and grounding first, and I think you'll find much easier to get into the meditation step. So again, going into this third part of meditation, where I would be doing is going to be focusing. Now it's going to be silent for me, so there's no point in you guys sitting here watching me be silent on the YouTube, so I want to cut that, but I will look for some guided meditations. Rook and I may do some at some point, but we would, wanted to write those out and have some more detail on that. But there are some great ones. Look for guided imagery. You can also use storytelling. So if there's a good story that you like, you can find somebody reading it or an audible book. Those are great ways to meditate on different topics. And you can meditate on anything. Meditations can be short, they can be long. Sometimes I've had a meditation that's lasted hours, and that is my ritual. Or I can do a really short meditation on something that I'm focused on. For example, if I'm going to work with Dionysus, I might do a meditation where I'm meeting up with Dionysus in a large square in Greece or Athens, and we are starting a bonfire, we are starting to cook the food, we are starting to eat the harvest, and we are starting to make wine. And just enjoying and meeting the people for that. That might be a meditation for me that would lead to a ritual that I might involve Dionysus with. So those are our tips and our accordion style mix of everything that you can throw between mindfulness, grounding, and meditation. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it helps you a little bit get into meditation and the process that we use. And if you have any questions or comments, put those down below in the comment section. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see more from us, and make sure you like if you like this style of video, and we will do more of those. So merry part, blessed be, have a wonderful rest of your day.